So, Scandinavia. Okay, somebody is not entirely good at typing here. But alright. A second, need to be right about now fixing scoreboard. For some reason it moved a bit, but well, at any rate, as you're right now moving with the mouse all the way through corners here, you're gonna be heading into Fog of War off and discovering what exactly is gonna be happening here on this map, which will be the second home map for the United Kingdom D for mkalexander with quadsflopper, and this is actually just a complete different variant as we are heading into apparently Veto therefore. Are they trying to play on the variant where they don't have to be fighting the water? Because otherwise the map seems alright. Or are you gonna mess up? I don't think so. Yeah, at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Not sure. Not sure what's the reason right about now for the veto here. Don't see necessarily basically anything bad right now. Village is going in, everything going according to plan, I guess. So no idea. No idea. Civilisations, Malay and Burmese, Mayans and Persians. That's all fine based on the draft. No, well, don't know. Don't know what could have been the reason for this. Quadsflopper apparently going immediately for loom, it seems. That's quite a bit unusual. So is this one gonna be the correct one or not? Just gonna be having to yet again hit the correct game. Hopefully it is. Seems like that it is. No, so let's start right now with the second time Scandinavia. This time they're gonna be... No, it's fairly similar still. They're gonna be... What? Wow, they're having some drops? There's just an immediate drop right now by yellow. Maybe they're just having drops.
Swasti.
It was kind of immediate there. Don't know. Don't know what's going on here. And again, see there's gonna be loom again at the very beginning here for the Mayan.
Siap.
Unusual build order a bit. But, well, he is a Mayan, so...
Siap.
Yeah, well, he's having a bit different start, of course. For villages needs to be in the house immediately, but... Yeah, even through that... No, maybe he just kinda likes to be playing it that way. So, third attempt. Okay, so Scandinavia number 3. So let's see if this time it's gonna be holding. And this time it is the variant that they don't have to be fighting for the water. So if maybe somebody actually wanted that, then they have gotten it. I think it should be a bit more of, I mean, like a bit more of an advantage based on the previous games. Slovakians are definitely confirming that they are the favorites of the match, and therefore they should be having better chances on advancing. But here, if they don't have to be, of course, bothering with the water at all, they're just gonna be going straight for support with the water into the land. And then, well, some kind of similar progress, I assume, to what we have seen on the Arabia and on the Golden Pit. Probably nothing too extremely different, and, yeah, well, seems fairly standard that way therefore. Now, well, at any rate, as you're gonna be therefore having quite nice boards here for quadsflopper, it's actually seeming like this cliff can be serving as a good defense for him. Can be therefore like defending that way, and maybe somewhere like that way possibly as well. Could be. Could quite easily be. Can be, of course, right now the sheep here to the right, and he can be then walling that way towards the gold possibly, and all the way to the top side, or maybe just if he wants to be a bit more compact, then he could be going that way. As yeah, apparently starting with 3 boars here on Scandinavia. They're gonna be also having right now the extra deer, so that's actually a double herd as well. Yeah, well, gonna be having tons of food, and the Civilisations, therefore, as we said, it's going to be Illusionist playing with the Malay. His teammate Ondřej is gonna be playing with the Burmese. But if he's speaking Malay, then he will be probably wanting to fight for the water. So he's gonna be denied, unless of course he's gonna be allowed to sneak all the way somewhere to the top and drop a dog here and have some kind of fun with that. Could be of course always the case, but quadsflopper is gonna be playing the Mayans therefore, and Persians are gonna be Civilization for mkalexander. Obviously this should be a bit of a fast castle from the Burmese into Arambai, you'll be expecting. And obviously this map is fairly easy to defend, so kind of you can see wall there, short wallings basically all across, without any kind of problem. At the same time, of course, the gold mines here, he's luckily gonna be having excellent one all the way to the back, and even the stone is awesome. So his whole base is really well set up for the fast castle, and really kind of compact with tons of wood lines, even kind of slightly more than what we have seen a bit elsewhere, and kind of more tight. That's more important. So therefore, easier to defend and wall off. Easier to defend and wall off a bit. So you're gonna be looking around the map here. You can see, of course, a few relics all around. Gonna be having apparently on this variant of the map 3, 4, 5. Should be, yeah, I'm seeing 4. Oh, yeah, that's the 5th one. Okay, it's gonna be hidden on the island, so that will have to be taken by some transport boat, which I don't exactly assume anybody's gonna be wanting to invest into. And question is if you're gonna be getting also that far into the game, so that it's gonna be becoming relevant enough. As he's already right now, of course, having the mill starting with all the deer. And we, of course, do not have too many berries here on this map. That's, of course, why we're gonna be having so much extra food as far as the piggy and also potentially the deer. Okay, boar killed a bit further away. As you can see, it's gonna be slightly more optimal right now from quadsflopper, as he's also finishing with the boar almost. Should be still kind of finishing with that, at least a few villages. He's right now having quite nice available here. And he's gonna be getting also housed temporarily. But yeah, well, that's gonna be only for a moment. And there was a kind of sound about the boar. Did he just kill it? Yes. Okay, he was just killing the boar. Okay. But he needs to be right now, of course, carefully illusionist, because he was fighting uphill. And also in the Dark Age, of course, against the scout. Gold Eagle. So you'll be having quite a terrible situation with that. As it's gonna be right now the 3rd board also taken, even though this one is not taken yet. You can see that the other one is also having a bit of food on it still. So theoretically this wasn't basically the fullest efficiency of his game. So yeah, well, he's for some reason letting the one to the left side decay, as he's gonna be eating only one. Whereas well all the way into the mid, that's gonna be the bunch of militias coming up from quadsflopper, and apparently on the water, it's going to be without quads. He's not aiming for the fishing boats. Seems like he's gonna be right now interested in... Oh, maybe he's gonna be fast casting as well when he's going for the militias. Bit curious that he's not going therefore for the water build order for that. Maybe it could have been, of course, a bit more reliable and a bit stronger. But well, at any rate, the water is gonna be in the power of Illusionist and Ondřej. On the left, they are already having a few fishing boats. You can see 3. And there's gonna be a 4th one coming. Same as one extra is coming still for Ondřej. And he's also at 3. So it's gonna be 4 of them all together. 4 of them all together. 1 here, and nothing more yet. So it's gonna be yellow, and I'll having too much of a huge economical incentive, or the incentive kind of like interest in that, it seems like. But he certainly could be, because he's gathering plenty of wood, like really plenty. He's playing with the Persians, so he's not gonna be coming for the archers too much. So he really is showing interest in the water in the end. But so far it seems to be a bit kind of like a low level, as he's advancing into the feudal here as the very first one at 23, not 26 villages already. Because obviously he's also having a few fishing boats, whereas green or the red doesn't, and we are clicked into him, so therefore our information was a bit skewed there for a moment. So 30 villages for Andrzej. He's gonna be taking, of course, a longer time to advance. Yes, scout is of course not gonna be coming back. So fully walled in, it seems like. Let's gonna check out this kind of hole. Doesn't seem so. These are always kind of tricky, but it seems like this is alright. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem here. Seems like actually all the paths are blocked, so I don't think anybody is gonna be able to get through all that much. Though, here to the left side is gonna be literally the last opening here. Or is it? No, it isn't, because this is kinda confusing, but it's blocked. So it seems like it is fully plugged in, and therefore he's gonna be having all the time in the world for his comfortable castle age. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit faster, and he is already at 33 villages, so he's basically going for a water fast castle altogether. Yeah, advancing only now, and you can see that green and red, they are just gonna be taking a bit longer anyway. So red is at almost ready there with 28, 29 villages, even without the water, curiously enough. He's really not going for that. Whereas for green, who is at this point at 34, he's gonna be also ready, as he does have the feudal age clicked, and he's just basically waiting for that to be coming onto the menu for the scholars and villagers in the town center to try and research it, improve their way of living, and improve their empire overall. Yeah, it's gonna be only 2 scouts here from quadsflopper and Andrzej, nothing too serious so far yet, as they're gonna be apparently meeting into the middle, both Illusionist and Andrzej, because obviously right now 2 scouts, especially they're gonna be getting into a feudal age, both of them, that could do a bit against the men-at-arms. It certainly could, and they are still basically full health, and it would be taking quite a lot of micro. It certainly would be, if they're gonna be a bit more impatient, and therefore attacking earlier. Okay, so Andrzej is in feudal. He's gonna be immediately going into blacksmith and market, so it's gonna be of course immediate castle, as we kind of expected that it will be, with feudal age for quadsflopper, and it's gonna be also done. Quite nice quick wall in here, and situation for Illusionist. I mean, like, he's having quite high food here. Doesn't seem like that he's heading for too much of an army here. Basically just only villages here with the Malay, so he's probably aiming for the fast castle as well here. Entirely interested in fighting in the feudal against the militias and all kinds of little shenanigans here from the Mayan, who's obviously gonna be still in his base, switching into archer range and blacksmith. So therefore he can be actually advancing as well, and it's gonna be fast castle all around here. With the long difference being that really quadsflopper, even though he's right now leading on the score, because he has probably spent onto the army a bit, then no, well, not much of a difference there. Just basically that he doesn't have the water here, which is meaning that he's at only 31 against 33 of his teammate, but then 47 for Illusionist and 36 for Andrzej. So Illusionist is definitely quite a bit better off here. He has also went quite a bit hardcore into the fishing boat, so that's why. There are really tons of them. You can see 6, and here it's going to be 7, so 13 of them in total. Actually 15. He's having all the dock into the corner here, with blue being at 5, and it seems like maybe he's happy with that. Seems that he is. Seems that he is, as it's gonna be scouty. Was maybe halfway hoping that could be actually villager for a dock to try and deny at least the 3 fishing boats here for Alexander, but it's really not much of a significant water. And did he actually see that? I don't think he did. I think only now he's gonna be scouting it, yes. Discovering that the opponents apparently are going for it. But this is gonna be nothing to a serious illusionist villager. Probably should be safe here for a longer time, as militias cannot get there, and we haven't exactly seen all that many archers to be made from quads. Just yet. Just yet. He's gonna be having a few sitting in the base. He's gonna be probably not going for the one with castle, as he's not gathering from the stone. Only gathering plenty of gold. And villagers moving ahead, finishing with the wall in, and we are literally waiting for the castles to see some real action. And probably after, it's going to be following through one thing after the other, I'm expecting. I'm really expecting so. So in the end he will be going for the water here, exactly as he thought. Obviously right about now the fast castle from the Arambai maker Burmese is going according to plan. With castle almost getting done. And of course this economy working pretty well as far as the gold and the wood. So he's gonna be getting some really solid army right at the beginning. Whereas in the middle, it's getting actually a bit funnier. You can say quadsflopper is finally coming out with the archers that he made in his base. And considering the recent castle, they're gonna be already, of course, crossbows. So with that one villager from Illusionist here probably getting killed. Yes, most definitely. I mean, like, she was trying actually quite bravely. She was trying quite bravely to get rid of it. The possibility for trading, but he still does have actually solid enough wall in. It's not like he's having a kind of real hole in his base, but it can theoretically be a bit of a hole towards Illusionist, depending on how well he's gonna be guarding this wood line. With Ro128 switching into a few fireships, and probably right now yellow is gonna be fairly oblivious to all of that. Actually, no, he isn't. He has already managed to scout it. He may have noticed a bit earlier that blue scout actually snooping around. That could have been the case, but not like it's gonna matter too much. He's gonna be already in to demolish not only the fishing boats, but also the scouty. And here fighting, I'm not entirely certain if it's actually all that needed. But at the same time, Andre probably will be having to do something at least, as the Malays in the end gonna be going for the elephants immediately as the variant of the cavalry for him. And considering what kind of bonuses he has, as he's gonna be even getting a few more of them, and also husbandry, it's certainly making quite a good sense. And that he's gonna be trying to counter all the archers and potentially a few eagles also from quads. Okay, gonna be I'm slightly disappointed, I'm thinking actually. Because he's not gonna be able to find anything here, so he's probably hoping he's gonna be disrupting also quadsflopper, but he's completely ignoring the water, so therefore it's not gonna be him to be found in this desolate land. With illusionist soldiers getting still produced or not yet. Now a few elephants are clicked in, as he's of course trying to get through, and there's gonna be a bit of conversion going on, as the monks are already getting prepared and ready. But the gate is gone, and therefore, even though there are gonna be a few conversions here and there, it might not be the end of the world. It of course needs to be considered, that for example, we do have the monastery quite a bit further away here next to the TC, and therefore it might be a bit hard to demolish, because it almost seems like that maybe that was something that the elephants were aiming for to get rid of it the first time, as fast as possible. At any rate, as they're gonna be trying to go through the remaining elephants, we need to be also looking a bit more to the right flank, because there's gonna be a defensive castle attempted by the Persian, as the Arambai are already knocking on the door and coming through. But unfortunately, they weren't able to stop the making of this house. They're gonna be having to, of course, go through that first, and that just might as well allow the castle to be finished, and suddenly there are gonna be plenty of protected resources for the British. Where are we with the release exactly? 39 for quadsflopper, mkalexander at 61, 62 for illusionist, and 55 for Andre. You can see actually the economies are not too terrible. Obviously that is gonna be a bit lower, mostly because he's missing the water, which obviously is a significant problem for him. You can see he's excellently kiting here, and at the same time also using the Arambai to demolish the TC, because obviously it's very hard for him to miss anything there. But well, second TC right now demolished that easily, that really does hurt, and it's also gonna be right now not protecting anymore not only the gold mine, but also stone, and also, for example, the wood. So, pretty huge problem. Even though he's at least having another TC here to the top, as he's going for the stable for a few, probably, paladins, but the army is getting quite a bit stronger, and while he cannot be getting Illusionist into quadsflopper's base because of the monks, though we legitimately don't see any here. There are gonna be at least 3 coming forward from quadsflopper's base, and yeah, well, that's something that obviously can be fairly easily caught by Ondřej, especially if he's gonna be paying a bit more attention than the Brit will be. Okay, so there we go. That was a bit of an interesting actually attempt to kind of wall him in, I'm thinking, so that maybe a few more crossbowmen could be having a few kills there. Not sure. Could have been the thought, but really huge problem is that the monks are gonna be part now getting completely demolished because of the Arambai, and that's gonna be not only gold gone, but not sure importantly even the counterplay to the elephants. But right now, of course, gonna be doing quite an excellent job of cleaning up the bases. And while on the water, there is pretty much a done deal. Yes, pretty much a full done deal. They've already managed to destroy even the dog that was somewhere about here in this position on the map a bit earlier. It will be right now Arambai coming for the archers for quadsflopper, and he does have such scary numbers now. Such scary numbers indeed. So 71 and 62 for the Slovakians. Quadsflopper is gonna be at 55-48 for mkalexander. Now, so yeah, here also plenty of fishing traps for Illusionist to be made, as he doesn't want to be right about now playing inefficiently as far as the extra fish. Doesn't want to be basically going halfway across the map, all the way somewhere into the corner. Or maybe even into this actually deep fish here. So he does have some options here and there. Now well, as the Arambai are in, he's gonna be having of course quite an easy time if he wants to get rid of the archer range. But he's at least gonna be finishing the TC, or the TC, the castle, to protect partly the TC, yes. Much more importantly, of course, most of the gold mine here. As the one to the top side is also gonna be getting at least small protection with second TC here. And that seems like, so far, kind of it. But well, definitely isn't protected. Is going to be the base of Alexander. You can see that MK is going to be receiving quite a few elephants into his base, with Arambai coming in to help as well with their massive damage. As you can see, he's going to right now losing tons of hit points. Basically every like almost second or something like that. And that really does not look and bode all that well. So castle is gonna be falling, of course, not much of a chance for Alexander to be doing too much about that. And of course the next in line is gonna be one TC, then the second TC, then the castle, and everything is right now going according to Slovakians' wishes. And that's gonna be where exactly the GGs are gonna be coming up, and therefore the 3-0 victory for the Slovakians in the first round and the first match is going to be ready and finished. And therefore Slovakia, with 3-0 victory over United Kingdom D, is gonna be advancing into a round of 64 of the World Cup 2v2, hosted by Nacho, United, and sponsored by Microsoft. Okay, well done. Confident play by the Slovakians, starting with some proper Iberlame on the Arabia. That was pretty nasty, really. Pretty nasty indeed, and well, with all the rest, kind of similar progress in the Golden Pit, and then also here in the Scandinavia on the home maps of the British, without layman, but still well executed and competent play overall. So good chances and good luck, of course, in round of 64. And yeah, well, to the British, definitely great that all players sign up, all kinds of players, of course, and everybody who wants to be having some good fun. That's important, because especially lately it has been kind of not entirely possible for all the players to be having some good fun, even in the high profile tournaments. So it's at least good that this time around it's been allowed and they are able to do so. Even though, of course, still some teams have been kind of cut off, so it's not like everybody can be playing still, unfortunately. As at least those have been right now kind of like collated into Bronze League after this Silver League that is hosted by some community members. So yeah, bit of a shame that they still decided to be cutting some people. It's not fully open. Okay, let's head into the post-game therefore. This is gonna be therefore the victory. You can see economy 72-79 for the Slovakians, 59-33. Already at this point at the end for the British. So I'm kind of guessing that actually all the players are having some kind of reasonable game in the 3 that they played. And hey Backlash boys, welcome to the stream, same as potentially everybody else. We're gonna be now going through that. I'm gonna be fetching myself some drink probably or small chocolate, and then we're gonna be heading into another match. What's the time? 20:51 here, so well, the other match between Sweden and Paraguay should be somewhat underway. Not sure how much, we'll see, maybe second, maybe third game. I wanted to be doing at least something of it, maybe even all, if you're gonna be able to get the records, but then potentially I would want it to be also doing recorded games of Czech Republic D versus Mexico I, so we're still gonna be having some games here. Can see right now here on the military that was obviously quite clear. The Slovakians are gonna be so damn high up. I can see the army not too small for quadsflopper. Unfortunately, mkalexander with his fast castle never kinda got the chance to get going properly, as Ondřej simply played it well. With of course his teammate Illusionist, as in the end they kinda combined the forces. Now that's a nice boom. Kinda similar for Ondřej though, looking at the resources, because this is right now 5.5. So that's what, 4 and 3, that's 1,000, like 700 resources, maybe 500-700, something like that. 5 to 1,000 better for Ondřej. Or was it for Ondřej? Was it for Illusionist? It was actually for Illusionist, right? Yes. For Illusionist. Similar advances into Castle Age. Some kind of small differences. You can see of course mkalexander the best, 1628, it's really nice. Illusionist is a bit later considering that he's Malay, so he just went for a bit more army. First and foremost. $79-72. We see Ondřej also fighting on the other water. Not fighting. He basically made about 5 ships and it was enough. As mkalexander wasn't all that intent on fighting for that, he was hoping for a bit of a boom on the land, which, well, in the end, wasn't allowed. Wasn't allowed by the Slovakians. They're a bit interesting later advance here. Be thinking that Illusionist might be a bit faster. He really wasn't going for too much like army here. You can see like nothing. But probably thought that it's gonna be fine to advance a bit later on more villages. And it's gonna be supplying him with better echo for the bit more expensive elephants. Even though of course he's Malay, so therefore they are overall cheaper. But well, at that point it would even mean that he's gonna be able to spam them even more competently and quicker. You can see 35 in the end. Damn good number. Okay, so congratulations yet again to Illusionist and Ondřej from Slovakia team. I think that Slovakians are actually having only one, so this is gonna be the only team representing Slovakia. So congrats on the round of 64, and then, well, as I said, mkalexander, quadsflopper, and the last player right now, not recalling, but will be quickly hopefully. And I'm looking into AOT.net. So sorry for forgetting already the name. Yeah, Redneck Chemist. Redneck Chemist, of course. The 3 teammates from United Kingdom D. Okay, GG. Good job by the British here. Good effort and good luck in further tournaments.